And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the level 68 Carpenter quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, we are here in Kugane at 10:10. And as per the end of the last video, we now actually need to talk to Koto Kaze rather than the other girl. Forgotten her name, I think it's like Semi or something. So let's talk to her. So, the quest is called Live and Let Dine. Koto Kaze eagerly waves you down, letter in hand. And we can choose any grade 5 material. Ooh. And also get a level 68 crafting tool. Secondary tool. Why not? So, let's accept. So, Mithrie, a letter from Semi has arrived for you. So, dear Mithrie, I'm writing to tell you that I have arrived in a tiny village in Yansha known as Name. It's such a delightful place. Every day I stumble across something new. Whether it be the unusual materials they employ in their construction of the unfamiliar or the unfamiliar but delicious foods. Oh yes, the food here is exquisite and their desserts are even better. In fact, the sugar-coated dumplings they have are simply to die for. I'll be sure to treat you to some when you come. See you soon. Yours truly, Semi. Cool. So I need to go to Name. Thankfully, I've actually got far enough in the story to get there. But unless you have, then you won't be able to do this quest. So you have to have finished a quest. I think it's like of tides. Sorry. Let me read out the quest name properly. Tides go in, Imperials go out in the main story to get to this place. If you can see these like big gates and so on, you know you're in the right place, basically. So anyway, let's talk to Semi, wherever she may be. Where is Semi? She must be in the village somewhere. There she is. Semi. Here, Semi. Here, girl. She's so adorable. Anyway, let's talk to her. So, Mithrie, how wonderful it is to see you. It's been far too long. Have you tried any of the local cuisine yet? If you haven't, I know the perfect place for us to start. So I was planning to take you there purely to discuss business, I swear. After all, where better to do that than over food? Yeah. So, alright. Your disapproval has been duly noted. Instead of going for food, let us search out any people who... sorry. Let's click that wrong. Let us search out people who might be in need of our assistance then. Okay, let's do it. So, let's go. Where do we go? Who needs help? Carpenter. Does anyone need a carpenter? So, help? Yes, I could use some of that. You see, in the days before the Empire held dominion over our lands, I was a chef. I hold out hope that one day when the Imperial forces are driven from our country, I will be free to pursue my passion once more. When that time comes, I wish to start up my own restaurant. To do so, I would need to procure basic furnishings for my future shop. It is not a simple task. Most of what I have come across is either far too expensive or of poor quality. So then you may be pleased to hear, sir, that before you stands two highly skilled members of the Carpenters Guild in Gridania. We shall see that you receive the furniture you require. You would do this for me? Oh, certainly. What kind of furnishings do you need? So, apart from tables and chairs, I need something that would allow my guests to feel at ease. Those from the Enclave have different dining habits to those here in Name. I would like you to create an environment where both feel equally welcome. Please leave it to us, sir. Now, Mithrie, what do you say to making things a tad more interesting? Let's turn this into a competition. Okie dokie. Why not? So, we will each make something for our client and present the finished product to him. We will then judge them and decide on a winner. Sorry, he will judge them and decide on a winner. Pretty please, won't you do it for me? This is the only way I can show Simbasta beaten. I am just as skilled as all the other carpenters in the guild. Haha, it's settled then. Go about making the furniture however you will, but I recommend you speak with the people here before getting started. Some have lived here their entire lives. Others once lived in the Enclave. With their help, you may better understand the subtle differences in our ways. Cool. It's so, like, cool that it's just raining in the background. So thank you, Show. We'll be sure to do that. Mithrie, once you've decided what you'll be making, come and find me. I'll furnish you with any materials you might need. Cool. What I would really like, if this is like a restaurant, basically, I would like us, when we finish this quest, for this to be a built restaurant. That's what I would like. I want to see more of the quest affecting the actual game areas, like they did with the level worker quest. So the only difference is that table manners are particularly non-existent out here. The people have good hearts, but they have no sense of etiquette. They will eat their food on the streets and sip their tea in front of you. One should take their meals behind closed doors with family or friends. It would be nice if they would at least eat behind a partition of some sort and spare the rest of us the sight. Okay, so partitions we need to make. Next. Let's see. Because like I said, I think doing class quests or quests generally to affect the actual way the game looks is the start of something really amazing in this game, if they get it done. So, like, the game will be different for each player depending on how much progress you've made. So I would say that the people from the Enclave are more elegant than us. Never seen one of them with a hair out of place or in clothes that they have not neatly pressed. They place a great importance on rules, manners, and fashion over there. Cool. So next. Where is the next one? We have to go... Let's keep an eye out. Okay, this way. Let's talk to Manazuru. So, yes, I suppose you could say I am from the Enclave, though I have lived here for most of my life. When I was young, my family and I fled to this village that we might escape Imperial troops. So what, you would like for me to demonstrate the difference in dining habits? Huh, I am afraid that is not something I can help you with. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's talk to Semi. So basically, the people from the Enclave are very discreet, and they have good table manners and so on and so on. So it seems like we're going to have to build partitioning for the restaurant, but we will see. Like, simply, we don't want to be eating out in front of everyone. Let's talk to her. So, have you finally decided on what you'll be making? So, I'll be building the entire restaurant from the ground up. A wooden shield to protect food from, well, you know, ornate partitions that can be hung between each of the tables. Partitions? But that seems so dull. That's not what you're really thinking to make, is it? Wait, you're not trying to lose on purpose, are you? Well, apparently I got it wrong. So, while I know I'm not as good as you, never did I think that you saw me as so far between you that you would feel the need to do this. So my apologies, it seems I've jumped to conclusions again. I know you're not the type of person to do something like that. It's no excuse, but lately I've been on edge. I can't shake the feeling that this is my last chance to convince Tin Master Beaton that I am a capable carpenter worthy of being called as such. If I don't, I might stop assigning... Sorry. If I don't, he might stop assigning me work, and I may as well leave the guild. I shall not let it come to that, no matter what it takes. I must find a way to prove myself. Oh, I completely forgot. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to blabber on about my worries. After all, you're here for materials, aren't you? So here you are. Feel free to come back if it's not enough. Cool. So we are going to make ornate partition. So let's see. Ornate partition. Did I spell that right? I spelled that wrong. This is what happens when you rush ornate partition. Cool. So let's synthesize. So I have some food. And let's use trusty Mithrie macro, which you can see linked to my guide in the description. Right, so let's do this. So thankfully, we have enough skill and enough whatever to pretty much 100% this. And because we have the trait called quality assurance, we get goods a lot more often, which means that we can then use precise touch a lot more often, which is why I'm already at 8 stacks of high quality, just like that. And then at level 70 I get Stroke of Genius. It says may increase maximum CP on the second step of Synthesis. Increases guaranteed when a specialist. Okay. There you go, 100%. Let's finish off the craft. And guys, I will make new macros at level 70. It's just for now, these 2 macros I've made have served me perfectly fine between 60 and 70. As you've seen. Done. Let's go. I wonder if the level 70 quest will involve actually finishing off the rest of the restaurant. That would be really awesome. So, opening up a restaurant has always been a dream of mine. To think that it might soon be within my grasp fills me with joy beyond belief. So let's hand over the ornate partition. It says, an exquisitely crafted partition of traditional dolmen design. Nice. So, what have we here? May I? Where the hell did he come from? Tin Master Beaten. So this table is exquisite. It is extremely sturdy and yet manages to maintain a sleek elegance. And these dolmen style engravings that run up and down the sides of the legs. If I did not know better, I would guess they were the work of a more practiced pair of hands than your own, Semi. So now, Mithrie, let us see yours. Ah, simple, but all the more stunning for it. The lacquer finish is a nice touch. Like Lost, that just enough to enhance the natural blush of the wood, but not overpower it. While both of these are masterpieces in their own right, I will say this. The detail engravings on the table are something even a highly skilled artisan would struggle to recreate. So what do you think, sir? The moment I saw it, I knew which one of these I wanted. Desperately needed, even. I choose... this one! Damn it! Poor Semi. Just not getting her luck, is she? So that Mithrie is a better carpenter than me, I won't deny. That she has the skills I could only ever dream of attaining, I'll also admit, but I poured my heart and soul into that table. So, why is it that you chose Mithrie's partitions over Semi's table? Simple, really. Dolmen City folk are a private sort. They would appreciate the way these wooden barriers would hide them from sight as they eat. The young lady's table is magnificent, a work of art even. However, it does not fulfill the needs of my customers like these partitions do. So it seems that the time it took to carve the intricate detailing on the table would have been better spent interviewing the local citizens. Semi, do you understand now why it is you lost? You were so focused on demonstrating your own skill that you disregarded the needs of the client. So Mithrie, on the other hand, spoke with the residents of this village, which inspired her to create those partitions, a product that places the customer's needs above all else. In that sense, the difference between your table and her partition is the difference between a decent carpenter and a master of the craft. Just give her a hug, for goodness sake. So that said, this is where your journey ends. I expect to see you both back in Gridania shortly after I return. So, no, it can't be. Please tell me Tin Master Beaten hasn't given up on me. Oh, what am I to do? Aww. So, is your friend alright? While I cannot claim to understand what any of that was about, I would like to thank you for your wonderful contribution. It is sure to suit my restaurant perfectly. Maybe a roof that doesn't have holes in it. Cool. So let's go back to Gridania. Let's do it. So it's a shame we didn't see the restaurant, like, take shape. Well, what can you do? Anyway, so let's go back to the Carpenter Guild in Old Gridania, born and raised. The Black Shroud is where I spent most of my days. Ooh, cutscene. So, Tin Master Beater, thank the matron you returned. The drawers of this desk you made for me are broken. Is there a chance they can be fixed? I shall see what can be done. After all, I can hardly say no to someone who has so cherished one of my creations as you have. Tin Master Beaton, sir, my son, he's just been accepted into the Order of the Twin Adder. To celebrate, I'd like to have you craft him a fine spear. Order of the Twin Adder, that is quite an accomplishment. Very well. I shall make him one that will see him through all his battles. Wait, sir, come back. I also had a request for him, but I suppose it will have to wait. I should have known getting the finest carpenter in all of Gridania to make something for you wasn't going to be an easy task. Excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, why is it that all of you like Tin Master Beaton so much? When you ask him to make something, he creates the item for you and you alone. So, to make something for that person and that person alone, thinking back, that's how I first got into carpentry. I was born into a family poorer than dirt, one where we couldn't afford to purchase even the most basic of furniture. My mother raised us by herself, working from dawn until dusk, so that my sisters and I wouldn't go to bed hungry every night. As a result, she pushed herself too hard, and one day, the pain in her back became too much to bear. Seeing her suffering drove me to make her an armchair in which she could rest from time to time. It was all the young me could think to do. While the finished product creaked and buckled under her weight, not for a single moment as I was making it did I lose sight of the fact that I was doing it all for her. I've been so preoccupied with myself, with trying to prove my skills, that somewhere along the way, I forgot the most important thing. It is never too late to remember and begin anew. So, Semi, the key to harnessing your potential is to recognize what is holding you back. From here, you can only grow. Lol. So yes, sir. You're absolutely right. There is still hope for me. Mithrie, thank you for supporting me until now. It is only because of you that I have come this far. So in fact, I'd go so far as to say that our grand adventures together have made me feel as though I've been born again. I am looking forward to exploring the world of carpentry once more. And she ran off for some reason. So she is not the only one who owes you a debt of gratitude. While I am skilled at working with wood, I am not nearly as adept as dealing with people and their problems. You have helped Semi in ways I could not. You are part of the reason I have such high hopes for the girl. With a mentor like you to look up to, she will no doubt flourish. That is why I ask that you speak with her one last time before you leave. Cool. So let's talk to her. Let's do it. So where is she? Where is she? So she's just outside. Oh, my crafting journey, I think, started here. Years and years ago. So let's talk to her. So, Mithrie, you'll be happy to hear that Tin Master Beaton has finally deemed my work good enough to begin taking on some of my own clients. Isn't it so exciting? That's not to say I'll forget about my studies or the guild's troubles. However, in between commissions, I'll be spending my time practicing how to make Oriental furniture. That way I can retain all that I learned from our trips to Kugane and Namei. But that's not all. I'll be keeping the people we met there in mind. They'll help me to remember that I am making this furniture not for myself, but for those around me. You'll see, Mithrie, I'm going to work so hard that one day I'll be as good as you. Cool. So let's take the craftsmanship. Cool. So I can't do that one until I'm level 70. And I'm very, very, very close to 70. So anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. And as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.